Back then days feels longer, but now months and weeks are feeling like it is vanishing in the blur. It is just vanishing in just seconds. Why we are feeling it? Not because the world is better in 2006, but the thing is because your brain was different, your dopamine patterns are different, and your attention was different. That is the reason of why we are feeling the that's why we are feeling the things that we are now feeling about 2006 and 2026. We will gonna talk about this in this video. So time perception is linked for attention, novelty, or memory formation. When days become repetitive or consumption heavy, your brain forms fewer distinct memories, and that is the reason why you are feeling this, right? Let's understand it deeply and the mechanics of a system that literally dictates how we feel. Okay, so let's talk about this all our brain structure that literally runs our lives. Okay, so first of all we will gonna talk about the amygdala. Okay, amygdala, it assigns emotional intensity. The second, the hippocampus, that encodes context of pleasure. And third is our prefrontal cortex, manages the pursuits and the plan. I talk about all of this thing in my previous video also. We talk about the amygdala, hippocampus, and prefrontal cortex, and I think it is the base of our life because it is running our life. Why? Because these three structure converge onto a single point that we called nucleus accumbens, that we generally called dopamine. Okay, when it is regulated, reality feels colorful. When dysregulated, reality feels gray and blur. We all know this thing, but what we are doing with this knowledge? This is not the first thing that I'm telling you, and it is not the first thing that you are hearing about dopamine. You already know a lot about dopamine. You already know about, if you seeing my video, you already know about how dopamine works, how all of this thing happen. But what we are doing with all of this knowledge, that is the question of this video, that what you are doing with it. You know about all of this thing, but by knowing it, but you already know it, but you are getting into its trap. Why? So recently Meta and Google, they both just reported their highest ever revenue in 2025, and they're making money from our attention. They just make all of this money because of the advertisement, because of the ads and all of this thing, marketing strategies. So they make money from our attention. I don't want this for you and for me, that if I recall my life as being 30-year old, as I will be 30-year old, or recalling my 20s, I should not feel my life as gray or blur. I will be in my 30s, and if I think about my 20s, how it is, or what happened at that time, I don't want me or you to remember all the blur thing, all the gray thing, all the thing that you can't even remember about. I don't want this for me and for you also. I want to make it full of meaning, and deep experiences, memorable experiences. I want this time like that, because also if you are young means this time are high neuroplasticity years. If you are in 20s, if you are in your 20s, and if you are in your 20s means this is also a very high neuroplasticity years for you also. All of this the years are identity forming, memory rich years. So the question is, what identity you are forming in this present? What we are doing is we are adopting someone else's identity every time we see someone on social media, and we didn't know about all of this thing because we are not aware of it at all. We don't know from all of this thing is coming into our life, and our days are just going and just consuming all of this thing that is making us who we are not. So It is so addictive to us because our baseline is now so artificially high. The real rewards of life simply don't have the power to satisfy us anymore, And this is not the thing that I am telling you that I am very perfect on this thing and I am not doing it. But what I'm doing to myself is I am trying every day that I will not do all of this thing because I know this information. So I should be very conscious about all of this thing. I should tell my own self that Diksha, this is the game that is happening and you don't have to go onto that game and just being unconscious on that game. I have to be very conscious on this game. That's why you have to make your personal ordinary life as extraordinary, so you can give it more importance than social media. Because I am also trying every day to not go into the loop of scrolling, not go onto the loop of consuming a lot of information that I don't want at this time at all. It is of no use of me for me. So that is why we have to make our life extraordinary. It is ordinary, but we have to make it extraordinary. And so you can give it more importance than social media. Head it is he is a social psychologist. I know about him from this YouTube channel and this YouTube video where he talk about a lot about how all of this thing happening, how dopamine is creating all of this loop for you, and how big companies like Meta and Google are getting their revenues by just looping you in this scrolling game. So he talk about it a lot, and from this I get a perception about Hyde is a social psychologist, where he said happiness is not found within but in relationship between yourself and others, yourself and your work, and yourself and something larger. So I think it hit me, this line hit me because we all know what is the happiness for us, but we are finding it in seeking someone else, or going on to the scrolling loop, going on to the consumption game, and we are thinking that it is giving us happiness, but it is not at all. It is giving us the thing that we don't want right now. It is fueling us. We are overstimulating in this game, so this three thing that I tell you, that about relationship between you and yourself and others, yourself and your work, yourself and something larger, is the three thing that is social media is disrupting. It is disrupting the relationship with your own self. It is disrupting the relationship with you and others. People, like right now, they don't even talk to their own parent. Nowadays people are having a lot of depression, people are going through the anxieties. They don't know why they are sad, but they are sad. Why we are feeling this? Because of the disruption of the happiness definition, because of the happiness that we are not getting. We are thinking that we are getting it from the social media, by scrolling, by having some chat, or by having or seeing the films, movies on Netflix every day for 24 hours, 12 hours. We are thinking we are getting happiness from it, but we are not at all. That's what we have to do to go beyond sadness, anxiety, and depression. Go into your rabbit hole of your own life. Take any problem of your life and get its solution. Ask yourself questions, read books, try different things, write things on paper, consume long form content, follow thinkers. Don't doubt your thoughts, create things. Don't doubt your anything, don't doubt your thoughts, don't doubt your ideas. That's why I always tell you to create something. Go into your creation lab, and create the things, because that is the solution of this era. If you are spending a lot of time with your own self, with your own thinking, not getting inspiration or getting motivation, or not getting influenced by the other people, but influencing by your own self, How you can get that? By spending time with your own self. That is the thing that you have to do right now, and that is the thing that I am practicing in my own life. I am not getting inspo or getting any influence from the social media to talk about or to create content on. I am creating the content, I am creating things that is of my thoughts, that is coming from my own self, not by getting influence of the trend, what is trending right now, or what is the thing that will give me a lot of views or anything like that. But I am just stepping into my own intuition, and I'm doing the thing that I love to do. That is my goal right now, to not get in the loop of consumption or getting in the loop of social media. Because, like, mark my word, man, if you will gonna recall your 10 years ago memory, when you are 30, you will gonna feel guilty about it, that why you spend your whole golden time in all of this thing, that like thinking that it is so good. But it is not, because it is an artificial dopamine that we are getting from the social media. Our own natural dopamine construction or structure or mechanism get disrupted because of this overstimulated dopamine release in our own body. And I don't want this for my own self. That's why I'm creating this video for your own, for you, that you should not get that you should not get into the loop of social media or getting influence from anyone. Just go inside your own self, go inside your own rabbit hole, and just get the thing out of your own. Don't seek that if someone is getting millions of views means he is very right, or he is very truthful, or he is a god. No, it is not. You are your own god. So please explore your own self, explore your own thoughts, because you are having a lot of thing inside you. I am telling you this because I just get into my own rabbit hole, and I just discovered this thing from in my own self. That's why I'm telling you to do this. Don't think that if someone has millions of views, millions of subscribers in social media, then he is too perfect or he is too okay. It is not like that. Why? Because recently there is a podcast of Alex Hormozy and Tony Robbins, where where Tony also tell this to Alex Hormozy, that just getting into the hustle culture or getting the things every time is not a good thing. And he is also tell this to Tony, like Alex is also tell this to Tony, that he was very distracted nowadays, that because he don't know what to do with his life. He is getting the desires, that he's getting the thing that he desired, and he just get it right now, and one after one the desires comes and he completed it every time. But he is very distracted on the question of what is the point of life, what is the point of his own life. So that is the thing. Don't think that if someone is having a lot of subscriber and lot of views in their channel or in their account, then he is amazing, or he is a god, or he is too perfect. It is not like that. You are the one who will gonna tell your own self that who is good and who is not, who is like you and who is not. Boo Burnham, I think I am pronouncing it right, but he said this quote, that the digital world is where we now live, the physical world is just where we go to harvest content for digital one, and we are becoming ghost in our own lives. And I don't want this for anyone to become a ghost in your own life. That is a very bad thing if it happen in someone's life. So go into your physical world not for content but also to live. See every day as it is your lifetime. Like, see every day as it is your lifetime. It is the day that will not gonna come back. And obviously there people is posting photos about the photos of 2006, and people are just getting nostalgic about it. But I am very far away from all of this thing, because I tell it to my own self that 2006 is gone. I am very small at 2006, but I don't want to get back to 2006, because that time is now gone and that has become my past. But 2026 is the opportunity where I can create things, where I can live my own self, where I can expand my own consciousness. I don't want to go back to the consciousness of 2006. I don't have to degrade, I have to go forward in my life, so that is the thing that I always tell to my own self, that when people are posting about 2006 and all of this thing, I am very far away from all of this thing, because I know consciously that 2026 is the year that I have to live very and I have to make it very memorable for my own self, and I have to make deep memories, deep experiences. How you will gonna get it? When your dopamine system is regulated. How it is regulated? When you go into the deep questioning with your own self, just being aware in your now, being aware in your present time, just in being intentionally in your life, by being very intentional about what you are doing in your life, what you are creating in your life, what thing you are having every day, what emotion you are having every day, what thoughts you are having every day, because all of this is making your own life. So you don't have to go back to 2006 to feel good or feel awesome. You have to be in 2026 to make it prosperous, to make it memorable, to make it full of deep experiences, so you can recall your 2026 when you will be in your 2030s, when you will be in 2030 or 2040, you will gonna recall this 2026 as an awesome year. I don't think anyone that would recall 2026 as blur and very gray. I don't want it, and I think you would not want this to your own, for your own self. So be conscious about everything in your life, because the things will gonna come up, because everyone is using AI, everyone is using social media very unconsciously, because there are a lot of people that is using social media, or using algorithm, using big just uploading the content without any awareness, without any consciousness. So being aware about all of this thing, because things will gonna come up, but you are the one who will gonna decide what you have to take and what you don't want to take. So that's why I created this video. Tell me your own thoughts on all of this thing in the comment section.